Hi, I'm Prachi. So now I'm discussing the second question of the assignment, which says that we are given a list of n minus 1 integers, and these integers are in the range of 1 to n. There are no duplicates in the list, so one of the integer is missing, and we have to find the code for that missing integer. Okay, so let us assume that we are like the list is from, let us assume that the list is from, that is from 1 to 6. It is from 1 to 6, like for example. So we are assuming that it is from 1 to 6, and so you can say I have considered an array which is like 1 2 3 4. Here the number 4 is missing, so I have to write a program for finding that missing number. So, like for example, the approach that I have followed for this question is, let's say I've got the, like I'm running a loop from, like for example, my this is A, and on my bigger list, that is the big A, which have all the numbers from 1 to 6 will be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So what I'm taking is, I am taking one element from this bigger list, that is, and one element from the smaller list. Like for example, if I have I also assume that this is not a sorted list, so let's have the elements in the random order: 3 2 5 6 1. So this is my bigger list. My elements are not in the random order, and yeah, 4 also is there, right? So what I'm doing is I am subtracting this bigger list, that is bigger A minus this A. So what I'm doing here, like I'm taking first element from here and first element from this, first element from the bigger element minus first element from the smaller element. So what I'm taking is 3 minus 1, then plus, for second element, that is second element from this bigger list and second element from the smaller list, minus 2, plus first element from the bigger list and second element from the smaller list. That is the third element from the smaller list, third element from the bigger list. 5 minus 3. Now 1, 2, 3, fourth element from the bigger list and fourth element from the smaller list. So what I'll be having, plus 4 minus 5, then 6 minus 6, plus 6 minus 6, and at the end I'll be having this plus 1. This one will be left. So I can see over here 3 gets cancelled by 3, 2 get cancelled by 2, 5 get cancelled by 5, 6 gets cancelled by 6, and 1 get cancelled by this 1. So the only element that is left is the missing element. This is my missing element. So why I could have followed the approach like sum of all the numbers, like I could have, why I'm doing this way, not by the sum of all the numbers from 1 to n and 1 to n minus 1. This is because I don't want this thing, that is I don't want this sum, wherever is the sum, I don't want this sum variable to overflow, because I don't know what will be the size of the list, right? I don't want to, in order to prevent this overflow condition, I am using this approach. So let's see in the code as well. So I have, you can see in the code, like I'm running a loop. I have initialized the sum as 0. So I am running a loop from I is equals to 0 to I less than length. So what is the length of this? That is, what is the length of this one? I am passing over here the length of A. And what is this length of A? A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The length of A will be 5. So what I'm doing here, sum is equals to sum plus I of 2. So sum is equals to sum. Initially sum is 1 plus I plus 2. What is I plus 2 element over here? Can you like I plus 2 element will be sum plus I is equals to 0, that is 1 plus 2 is gonna be 3, right? 1 plus 2 is gonna be 3, and now sum is equals to sum. Now first we have calculated the sum of this one. Sum is 0 plus I plus 2. So if I write this one over here, sum is equals to sum plus I plus 2, and whatever is this sum, right? In the second variable, I am subtracting a of I over here, right? This is what these two statements I could have written in just one line as well, right? Now my sum, initially my sum is 1 plus, what is I plus 2? I is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, and minus a of I. What is a of I? A of I is 1, right? Now again, what is my result? I'm getting the result as 3 plus 2 is 2. I'm getting this result as 2. Now again, I is equals to now 1. When I is equals to 1, so sum is equals to sum plus, that is 0. What is the sum now? 2 plus I plus 2. I sum is equal, I is equals to 1 now. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 and minus a of I. A of I is 2. This 2 get cancelled. I'm left with 3. So now sum is equals to 3. Now I is equals to, I've calculated for I is equals to 0. I've calculated for I is equals to 1. Now I is equals to 2. When I is equals to 2, so we'll go over here. Sum is equals to sum minus sum plus I of 2. What is the sum? 3 plus I plus 2. What is this? I plus 2. Now my value of I is 2 plus 2, 4, minus a of I. What is a of I is 3. You can see 3. 3 get cancelled. What I get over here is 4. Now my I is equals to 3. When I is equals to 3, so sum is equal to 4 plus I plus 2. You can see here I plus 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5, minus sum of a of I. I am 0, 1, 2, 3. I've got here 5. 5 got 5. So I've got 5. Now I is equals to 4 now. 4. So when I is equals to 4, sum is equals to 4 plus, what is this? 4 plus 2 is 6. And what is a of I? A of I over here is 6. 6 and 6 get cancelled. So the number I'm getting here is 4. So I'm getting the missing number out of here. Now at the end, we return 4 over here, right? So let us discuss the time complexity and the space complexity of this particular algorithm. So we know that we are traversing through each element only once, right? So my time complexity will be O of n, plus there will be no overflow in this variable sum over here, right? Because we are every time we are subtracting something from it, so there won't be any overflow. Now space complexity, we require just this extra space of this one variable, that is sum. So space complexity will be also equal to n1, O of 1. Thanks.